You are a survivor. That's who you are. You overcame a lot. These people are watching you. Your haters are watching you. Your enemies, your secret admirers, I'd rather call them, or fans, are watching you. They thought it was funny watching you struggle. But now they are the ones struggling. When you were down and out, you didn't have any help from anybody. They took amusement and took it as entertainment to see you struggle at your lowest moments. These could be family members. This could be people that was associated with you, that was very close to you. They thought it was funny watching you struggle, watching you go to work 16 to 20 hours a day at a job that you barely liked, while they watched you struggle and wouldn't lend out a helping hand. But what made it bad, what made it worse, the situation was, if they needed your helping hand, you was always there. You was always there looking out for them when they struggled. You gave money, you gave your time and energy, you gave your good energy to people that really didn't deserve it. And the moment you was down and out, and the same people that you needed help from couldn't give you that same respect, couldn't give you that time and energy. And God saw that. And now them tables have flipped and they turn. Now you're in a position of power, of radiance, where you got yourself together. You very successful in your business now. You very successful in life. You even very successful in your spiritual walk with God himself. You're successful in all these areas, and you obtain peace once you got right with God. Now these people, on the other hand, is now struggling. Now they're not making it. Now they're not where they're supposed to be at in life. Now they're wondering how the tables turn, how you're making it and they're not. This is what these people are wondering. How come you are flourishing, but they are not? Well, part of that problem was when God gave them the opportunity to help you, they turned their nose up, they turned the other cheek, they laughed, they mocked, they gossiped about you behind your back, and they wouldn't even lend you a helping hand. If you was homeless, they would have left you there and probably laughed while you were homeless. That's the people that you were dealing with. That's the type of personalities that you had around you. So now God's saying, now that the tables are turned, you ain't got to help these people. You ain't got to help nobody that chose to mock you, wish the worst for you, took amusement of you struggling for their satisfaction and for their ego and for whatever it is was going on with these people. This is what I'm getting from this energy. Your struggle days are over. You no longer got to struggle with people that want to see you down and out and struggle. Because they took amusement in you struggling, God is turning that around. You don't have to take amusement in them struggling, but you know that karma don't miss a beat. These people are facing karma, or they're reaping what they sowed from what they dished out to you. And you ain't got to help them. God said, take your hand off that situation. When you did try to help people, they spit on you. And it don't have to be literally spit, but by the acting the way they acted, it's equivalent to spitting on you. Slapping you in the face, put their hand up at you. You ain't got to deal with these people no more. You don't even have to take an entertainment in that, because God wouldn't want you to do that. But just know that they're getting exactly what they deserve, because that's the energy they've been putting out. So that's the energy that's returning to these people. They shouldn't have took amusement in you struggling. They shouldn't have took amusement in you working hard to keep a roof over your head by yourself. They shouldn't have took amusement in seeing you in your lowest place. But they should have been motivating you, lifting you up spiritually, putting positive words out towards you instead of negative, lifting you up in prayer instead of gossiping. This is what these people offenses are with God. They didn't do what they were supposed to do when it came to you. They did the opposite. They had that devil's energy. They had that negative energy. They had that low vibrational energy that you didn't need around you. And God saw their ugly hearts. It did not go unchecked, and it did not go unnoticed. God sees everything. They thought they got away with it. They didn't get away with nothing. They didn't get away with anything. They didn't get away with whatever they thought they was going to get away with. You did not deserve that treatment. You did not deserve people treating you like you was a dog out in the street. No, you are royalty. You are pretty popular. You are a prayer warrior at that. And these people want to come against you like that. People shouldn't have took amusement in you struggling. And it's sad when it's your own family. Your own family could have took amusement in you struggling, because they always thought you was going to go back and depend and need them forever. Why they disrespected you and treated you like you was nobody. God saw all that. They got an answer to all that in front of God himself on why they acted like that towards you. And now that he's blessing you, they wondering why you don't want to deal with him. Why you not around them. Why you refuse to be around them with all the hell they put you through. Why you left. Why you moved to a different country or a different state and you don't even call them or associate with them. They're really wondering, got the nerve to wonder why you don't deal with them. They know why. They know they were foul on how they treated you. They know they deserve you not dealing with them. They know they deserved your worst treatment towards you. But instead, you still ain't even give them your worst, because you just genuinely a good person. You genuinely a good person, and you decided to flourish for the better. You decided to become more successful and not worry about a hater or a foe or an enemy or an associate or whatever these people want to call themselves, a fan, because they are your fans. Only fans do stuff like this and then expect to be rewarded by God after they did the most foolishness. These people got a backwards way of thinking. That's backwards thinking. No, when you get good, you receive good. When you do bad, you're going to get bad in return. And these people thought they were supposed to get blessings after how they did you. Now, God said you ain't finna get no blessings this season. I don't know who these people is, but they ain't finna receive no blessings. Just that spiritual karma that they deserve, because they had no business coming for you. They had no business doing what they did to you. You did not deserve that type of treatment. You did not deserve what they did to you on a spiritual level. They could have sent out witchcraft attacks against you, word spells, word curses. They could even took from you to cause your life to go down in a downward spiral so you never would rise again and be successful. But no, you still became successful despite all they tried to do. These people weren't God. They were not God over your life. And because they tried to play the role like God over your life, God has given them the spiritual chastisement that they need for coming against you as his royal one. You did not deserve that. Similar to how Joseph didn't deserve what his brothers did to him in the Bible. Similar to what Yahushua didn't deserve being hung on that cross when he was a man without sin in the New Testament. If the prophets in the Bible went through things, you best believe you're going to go through things too. But while you're going through it, God is producing a good fruit in you. He's trying you in the fire so you can come out like pure gold, even after the heartbreak, the attacks, the disrespect, the mocking that they did to you. God still had to try you through that fire so you could come out like pure gold and come out with a testimony, because you got a great testimony. I don't know who you are and what you've been through, but you got a great testimony that somebody needs to hear on how you overcame things when the devil intended to take you out. And he intended to take you out at a young age, but you are still here thriving and shining, and you look better than what you did before. And it don't even look like you've been through nothing with people. It don't look like you struggled and went through your worst days at all, because God cleaned you up. You don't look like you've been through anything, but that's a blessing from God. Even though you've been through a lot, Somebody's inspired by your testimony. Somebody want to know how you overcame the attacks from the enemy, the devil himself, using these people to come against you. How did you overcome that? When they were trying to take you out, the devil was trying to take you out, whoever you are. He didn't want you to survive. He thought it was good for you to go out because he didn't like your light. He had these people. They were working in darkness. And they still working in darkness. And now they're shocked and confused because you're not nowhere around. You don't want to deal with them. And now you're more successful than they are. When they was wishing the worst for you. When they shouldn't have been. No, they really should have been praying for you. But they didn't want to do that. So now they got to deal with the consequences to their actions. And them consequences, that ain't a good pill to swallow. Knowing that you did to somebody, knowing you could have helped somebody when you were up. You could have helped this person because that person would have gave the shirt off your back. That's what you would have did to people. But they didn't do that in return for you. No, they gave you the trash. They gave you the crap. They gave you a whole bunch of mess. They didn't give you nothing positive, nothing righteous, nothing out of love. But you would have did that for them. But for you, when it came to you, they didn't feel like you deserved it. When you really did, they knew you deserved it, but they didn't feel like you deserved it because of it could have been a jealous spirit. Them just not liking you because they just thought you wasn't supposed to be the person that was supposed to be blessed. And they thought you was always going to be in that low position forever. God used them situations to show you these people's true colors. That's all he did. He used everything they did to show you how they are and who not to take with you when you go on to that next level. So count it all joy. You ain't got to take these people with you nowhere because they showed you. They showed their behinds before you was even somebody. Now that you're somebody, they don't deserve to be around you. They deserve to be wherever they at, away from you, not by you, wasting space, wasting time and energy. They didn't never deserved you. You were too much of a light and a good person for these people. Let these people be miserable by themselves because you better believe they're miserable. If they can go out of their way to do something like that to a person like you that ain't did nothing to nobody, then you best believe they miserable. And misery loves company. And you ain't got to be misery's company. And that's a prophetic message I got for a royal one. And until next time, shalom.